So Jason, what would you say is the super fight in your division for you?
My super fight will be Lomachenko.
Lomachenko.
Yes, sir.
That fight, does it have to happen on HBO Championship Boxing, or is that an HBO pay-per-view fight only?
That's a pay-per-view fight. I believe so. By the time we get ready to fight him, I'll be a complete fighter. Better than the job, right?
Yeah. I wonder how many people know that you only had 3 amateur fights, man. I've never heard that.
Not so many.
That's impressive.
And not a lot of people believe it.
How many of those left hooks you think Stephen Smith could take?
Better not take one. That's all I gotta say. If he can take one, we gotta fight. But till then, don't take one. They hurt.
Right now, the UK is dominating in champions, but they're also like the biggest fight fans. Are you looking to put on a great performance and possibly return? Because they definitely show a lot of love to the smaller weight classes over there.
Yeah, of course, man. When you get the chance to fight around the world, that's a boxer's, main priority is to kind of make their fan grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I get to fight in China, they have China fans. I get to fight in France, get some French fans. That's all it's about at the end of the day. It's about making your fan base grow. And I think we're doing a great job. I know a lot of people is dying to see me fight on TV, but it's our time. At the end of the day, we leave it all to the man above. When he says it's time, it's time. Just like I became world champion, I told him, it's time. It was his time, June 24th. He gave it to me.
Now you had the fight with Fortuna. Obviously that was a big name. You got the draw with Walters, another big name. Stephen Smith has that pedigree because of the family. There are a long list of fighters in that family. It's a pretty popular name in the UK. Do you think that can catapult your fan base out there and internationally, not just in the United Kingdom?
Yeah, I believe so. Especially when you fight one of their guys, you know? You fight one of their guys, and you go out there in his hometown, and you beat him, I believe people start realizing, wait, this under 30 pounder, this kid, this WBA world champ, is the real deal. So then they become my fans.
Now, you're facing Stephen Smith, but there was another fight that was being negotiated for you? I don't know how much of those negotiations you knew or how far along they were, but what was your thoughts and immediate reaction when you heard that you was possibly going to face Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather protege?
Look, at the end of the day, as for myself, as for so many fighters out there in the pro level that sacrificed so much to become a world champion, it took them, like it took me, time. When I found that name was approached, my heart broke a little bit just because it wasn't right. The kid is so young and he's still got so much ahead of him. Why would you turn him in there, put him in there with a wolf, with a lion? He's a baby. He's not ready for this kind of level. I took it because I never say no to a fight. But at the end of the day, I think it was a smart decision. Whatever happened, happened at the end of the day. But I wish him the best of luck. Hey, it is what it is. You know, it's a business.
Now, you know, word on the street obviously is that he priced himself out. I spoke to your trainer and, you know, he said he heard the same thing, that he probably overpriced himself. Do you think that was just a way to kind of do what you're saying, where it's like, all right, we'll just ask for too much, this way we don't have to face this guy right now? Because he is young in his career. I believe he's 16-0, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's talented. The kid is talented. But I'm a very smart fighter. And when we say yes to a fight, doesn't mean we're going to go there and lose. We're going to win. When we say yes and we sign that contract, we already won. So at the end of the day, it was smart. I believe it was smart in his part.
I was asking Chino, like, what has been some of the differences for you since winning the title? Could you mention any?
You could say the fan base. We get a lot of love and respect. But I always got that from day one. This now is a little different because now I'm not so much as the underdog. I've been the underdog since day one because of my amateur experience. Only 3 fights. I expect. Who expected for me to be a world champion? Only 3 amateur fights. You tell me. Nobody but the man of God. So that's what it goes by saying that.
Now, when you were getting your hands wrapped, we were talking about the type of work that you've been getting at high-level sparring with guys like, you know, Tevin Farmer, who's in your stable. Obviously, the young 17-year-old amateur in the ring now. You've been in there with Orlando Cruz, and Lewis Cruz will be here tomorrow. Just so many top-level fighters. Just talk a little bit about that and, you know, how that experience, how that work has bettered Jason Sosa.
Well, we can first start by saying that I need to spar people heavier than me just because I have that much power. I spar a future world champion, J. Rock Williams from Philadelphia, middleweight. I spar a Thomas Romana. I don't know if you ever heard about him.
Yeah, Thomas Romana Cornflake.
Cornflake, exactly. Very tall.
154-pounder.
I spar Kendall Hawk, an ex-world champion. I spar Julian Rodriguez. I spar Marcelo and Luis. Every of my sparring partner, they're either bigger than me or stronger than me. And that's why I believe while we're a world champion, the best work, you gotta get the best work.
Now, speaking of best work, being in the Camden area, that's very close to Philly. Obviously, you've gone down there to see Julian and get work with Julian, get work with Tevin. You've been in the ring with Danny Garcia as well. Let's switch subjects a little bit. He gets a lot of hate, and he's getting some hate for this fight. You're in that position now. Now you're a champion. There's certain fights that you're gonna have to take that the public isn't necessarily gonna like. For instance, if Bob Arum says, Jason, we're gonna give you Lomachenko for $1 million, you want a tune-up, the public gets mad at you with what happening with Danny and the Samuel Vargas fight in lieu of a Keith Thurman fight. What is your advice to a champion like Danny? What would be your own reaction if you were in that predicament?
But at the end of the day, I'm fresh in being a world champion, so I really don't know much. I can tell you this, it's business. When you become a world champion, it's business. Don't hate, just appreciate the fact that he's making something. At the end of the day, he's fighting. I disagree with the people sometimes, you know, when they say he's cherry picking. I know that Danny fought the best at his 140 pounds at the time. It's not always his choice. It's not always his decision. Boxing is like a chess. You sometimes gotta take certain steps to fight that guy. Danny might be fighting Vargas for a reason. Not because he's an easy fighter. I believe there's no easy fighter. Once you go in that ring, it's mentally alone. Anybody can, anybody's not. So at the end of the day, there's a reason why he's fighting Vargas. Maybe it's to get ready for Thurman. Maybe it's to get ready for whoever's next. But
well, he definitely said himself, Danny did, that Thurman is next. It's a done deal. They've agreed to the money. It's happening in March. And since it's official, you've been in there with him. I mean, you've watched his career. How are you looking at that fight? How do you see that fight playing out come March? Danny Thurman.
Danny Thurman, I'm biased with that fight, but then I'm not, because Danny always find a way to win. He's a true champion, and I respect Danny a lot. Not only because he's around the corner where I live, but just because everybody had him down with the Mediz fight. What did he do? He proved everybody wrong. With the Patterson fight. A lot of people might say he's lucky because Patterson's game plan started late. But this is boxing. You can't never start late. You gotta start from the first bell. So at the end of the day, I respect that man. He's doing the right moves. And hey, keep on doing it. If they getting you paid because that's what they're doing, then hey, let it be. Because at the end of the day, we're boxers. Our life in boxing is short. We gotta make the most money that we can to survive. After boxing, it's a regular job. Or if you're smart with your money, it's what you got. It just takes a lot, man, for boxing, man. It's not easy. It's not an easy life. And when I hear certain things like he's cherry picking, I never cherry picked my life. I fought the best at the best. I fought, you know, undefeated fighters. So at the end of the day, it goes by making the right moves, man. There's a reason to it. There's always a reason to it.
Now, what are some of the fighters that are entertaining you? When Jason Sosa turns on the TV and he wants to watch some boxing, who are you watching, or does it matter? You just watch everybody?
Can I tell you the truth?
Yeah.
I can't watch boxing.
Why? You get too excited?
Yes, sir. It's like a tease for me. I watch it, then I want to go in there and do what I just learned.
Yeah.
But when I get a chance to watch it, I like watching big fights. Canelo, Cotto, you know, Marquez, Pacquiao, Mayweather. So at the end of the day, but my favorite fighter of all time is Turgani.
What was it about Arturo that you enjoyed?
Hard line. Heart of the line. And the determination of a warrior. He came to fight. He came to show the people. Gave the money what it's worth.
Now, going back to your fight, you know it's in the United Kingdom. I mean, we've seen guys like Malik Scott lose for getting up at a 9 count instead of a 10. You know, it's overseas. you've already said you want the knockout, which is obviously the safest option. But does that play in the back of your mind that you're in enemy territory?
No, not at all. What plays me on my mind is to go there and do what I do best, fight my fight, and I'm unstoppable. I believe I'm the best on the dirty planet right now. My time is going to come to prove to the people, to the world, that I am somebody not to mess with. I don't want to get that message out there, man. Come on, man. I work hard for this.
Now, I know that you fought in China before, but being in the UK, that's his home country. How are you going to react with the roaring cheers of the fans rooting for the Smith family?
This happened to me before, and people fall in love with my fighting. And then the people will turn into my side. It's going to happen, because this is boxing, and people want to see a fight. And when they see me and Steven Smith go in there and give him a fight, it's no who win or lose that night. At the end of the day, this is fighting. There's always going to be a winner or loser. But are you winning or losing when you're giving up a fight? This is boxing. A lot of people try to go undefeated. You can't. I ain't boxing. Boxing is easy. Go out there and have fun, man. You got one time. You live once. Go do what you do.
So what's the diet like, man? Because you're looking so lean right now. How do you keep the weight down? How do you... And he said you've been fighting at this weight for 6 years now.
I maintain it right, man. I'm very so crafty with my profession, you know. I listen to him. Whatever he tells me to do, I do. At the end of the day, it's not one in this life, man. There's one, there's two, there's three, there's four people in your corner. And there's people that love you. So at the end of the day, if that's what you want to do, you gotta be dedicated to the fullest. You can't take no steps backwards. Everything gotta go forward. So at the end of the day, my diet's been clean because one, I'm a world champion, so I gotta behave like a world champion. And two, I got a big tough fight coming up in the UK. So do I want to lose my title? Nah. Am I gonna lose my title? I don't think so. Not right now. Not ever.
So what does Jason Sosa eat?
I eat greens. I eat steak. I eat fish. I drink water with lemon. I mean, my diet is to perfection. If you want to lose weight, man, I do one of the best diets. I mean, my trainer, everybody be around me, they be surprised. And I feel great. At the end of the day, you want to perform great, you gotta eat great. You gotta sleep right. You gotta do everything right, man. You gotta train.
Speaking of sleep, how you getting some good sleep now that you're a newborn father?
I got a very respectful wife, man. She knows how serious my career is. She knows that I gotta feed my son, I gotta feed her. So she does all the waking up. She lets me sleep. She doesn't bother me for anything. She knows it's fight time, so she let me be. And that's why we also came up here too. Just cause. Just a different environment, we need that. And we need to be around people, laugh with people, experience different things, you know? But at the end of the day, she's great, man.
So what's changed for you now since the birth of your son?
More determination. I'm hungrier than ever. I've been more focused than ever. And the fact to be a world champion and have my son in the same year means so much. To go November 12th, to defend my title, to have any doubt losing me, that's not a number. What the heck is that? What I said? I said sit-ups. I bet. I'm not trying to use it, but I use it, man. It's the work.
Call them I want to work out face.
Yo, coach,
¡Ay, coño! Oh, no, no.
You think based on the fights that Stephen Smith has had, he's faced someone with the power of Sosa?
Nope.
What about the technical skill?
Yeah, I mean, he fought Pedraza. Pedraza's more technical than Jason. That he is. More strength.
I want to stop until the 13. Oh, the 14, the 14. What's the 13?
So now what is it? Sit-ups and stuff?
No.
That's it?
I do that with his strength condition trainer. The sprints and the core work, I let him do that.